But right now, well, in the meantime,
Administration!
Dr. Mia,
Yes.
we have a request for you to tell us a story about your cat. Or previous cats you have owned.
Oh.
So stand up on the mark.
I mean, I've told the really, really good story about the cat I grew up with before, but
But it could be fresh for this year.
It could be fresh for this year, and
it's
it is
going to
my
be.
go-to good, like, party story for the Steinberg household, because it's pretty great. Okay. So, the cat I had growing up was named Owen, and he was a Devon Rex, which is a very weird-looking, short-haired type of cat. They have very, very big ears and big eyes. They look a little bit like aliens, and they're very funny. They're kind of known for having, mischievous personalities. So that's the setup one. Setup two is that my mother and I both took Dexedrine at the time for ADHD. And we were getting ready to go on a cruise, the whole family. And when you go on a cruise, they organize all of the, flights and everything, so you have to get up really early and go to airports and wait in lines, and it's ridiculous. So my mom, when you have ADD, you have to really, really, plan stuff out, and you're like, okay, I have to remember to take the medication that will help me remember things. So my mom, being someone with ADD, was like, we have to get up at 4 a.m. I don't want to forget my meds at home, because that'll be a really disastrous week. So, I'm going to put a pill on a plate beside the coffee maker, and pack the rest, so that I don't remember them. And then, a couple hours later, gets up out of bed to make sure that the oven's off or something like that, because she is a Jewish mother and she worries about everything like that. Goes into the kitchen, realizes that the plate is empty, and kind of starts to worry, because that's not great. So she starts looking around, she's on her hands and knees, searching for this pill, and then she turns around and sees the cat just sitting there, real still, looking very weird. So, it became very clear that he was on so much speed that he had, shot the moon, come back around infinity, and was just, very, very still. He couldn't move.
Gosh.
It was just, oh my god, it's full of stars. So, calls to the vet were made. The vet burst out laughing and said, you should probably put on that coffee now, because you're going to be up all night. So, I was asleep during most of this, but you could pick up the cat. He was, sitting like cats do. Pick up the cat and put him down in another place, and he wouldn't, shift or move or even really resist. He was very much like a kitty statue. And yes, I have told this story before, but it's a good one.
I haven't heard this story.
Yeah, so they put him in front of, they put him down on my parents' floor, and they had a revolving fan, oscillating fan, and he just, sat there for several hours, watching it go back and forth. Whatever you put him in front of, he would just stare at really intensely. And then as he started to come down from it, he began seeing things, just bouncing off the walls, and very, very hyper, and recovered, He lived for a good, 10 years after that, but yeah, that's what happens when cats end up on speed.
Wow. Now we know.
Now we know. Knowing is half the battle. Don't do it to your cats.
Cat drugs.
Did you miss your vacation?
No, we made it.
Oh wow.
We made it to our whole vacation. Yep, my parents are kind of rock stars like that. Yeah. The other story I have is a very happy ending, which is that my current cat was diabetic, and now she's not.
Yay.
She's in remission.
Nice.
I didn't know they could
Yep.
stop being diabetic.
Yes.
Cats are strange.
If it's like type 2 diabetes, if they
Yeah.
lose enough weight.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
She's a skinny mini now.
My aunt and uncle, some of you guys met their very, very ancient cat a couple of years ago that we were living with. Kathleen came in once and was like, "Can I touch it? I don't want to break it."
He looked brittle.
He was the sweetest cat. He was 23 years old. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He finally passed away. But they recently got a new kitten named Dave, who looks a lot like, they didn't do this on purpose. They just met him in the shelter and really, really liked him. And he looks like a miniature of the old cat. And so last night I came in, and of course, he's like a kitten, so he's constantly wired and energetic. And he was like, oh my God, somebody who's alive and moving and awake. I'm so excited. But he was like not super crazy high energy then. So I came into the bedroom, and he hops up on the bed, and he just starts purring like a motor. Like, it's amazing what a loud sound can come from that small a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to brush my teeth and go to sleep. I'm so tired. But then there's this kitten who's just curled up on my lap and is going, brrr. I'm like, I don't want to move. It was adorable. It was adorable, and now I want 5 kittens.
The cat my parents have now is very weird. She's kind of she passed her how to be a cat, like, undercover alien on Earth classes, but she didn't do great. She's not fluent in cat. She's just like, she does things that don't make a lot of sense. She'll be purring, and then she'll bite you, but she's still purring. She's like, oh, that's not, never mind. But she's also very light on her feet, so whenever I sleep over, like, she doesn't make any, like, movement, unlike my cat who's like thunks everywhere. You know, I turned over in my sleep, and she was right there in front of my face, just like, and she is resting. She has the best frump face. She's staring at me in the middle of the night, hopped up on the bed, never made a sound. It's just like, oh no.
So I don't know if any of you guys have ever had this issue with your cats. But my cats don't seem to understand the space between them and the water bowl. So they, like, they don't realize that they could just, like, walk closer to it and then put their face down and drink. They get to it, and then, like, they're like, I'm not close enough. This water isn't close enough to me. So I'm going to put my paw in there and drag the water bowl closer to me. And I just come home, and there's just, like, water all over the floor.
Yeah.
And, like, and then I'll be sitting at my computer, and they just do this. And, like, they'll scare themselves doing it because they splash themselves. And they get covered in water. Like, oh my God, I'm wet now. What do I do?
Water is wet. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
This isn't what I asked for.
That's
And
hilarious.
then Atlas, my fluffier one, will put, like, if he'll do some kind of in-between thing where he just dips his paw and then drinks off of his hand. And then dips his paw and just, like,
I've
does
seen
that for
cats
a
do
while.
that. It's adorable.
They're not the brightest of cats.
I think they're very cute.
They're very cute. They're not very smart.
So their cuteness is their survival mechanism.
I lived with a cat for a while that he could detect a lap being made anywhere in the house, and so you'd be like doing something, and you just like go like this, and as soon as there was like the 90 degree, you'd be like, whoop, onto it, and you'd be like, but I'm not. Whoa!
So you couldn't do squats as part of your workout in the morning.
like,
Is what you're saying.
it wasn't supposed to be a lap for you. That was just me sitting down. Okay.